Nachi free.
I want you to stay little. Okay, don't become a cranky old man like me. Or a lazy, jaded, cynical bitch like your sister. Fucking all she does is lay on the couch nowadays. Did you just stick her tongue out at me? Yeah, whatever, I love her anyway. I'd like to dedicate this video to any family and friends who've been watching my YouTube channel and must be thinking, oh my God, do we need to worry about him? Do we need to Baker act him? He's wearing a wrestling mask with a fake mustache and a white top hat, and the worst part about it, he thinks he's funny. Look, you don't need to worry. I'm just going through a midlife crisis, even though scientifically speaking, there's no such thing. It's not like you can get an MRI for it, but I'm clearly at that age. I've done my research. Actually, I've linked a really good article down below about men and women in their 40s and the inevitable changes they go through. And I guess I'm about due for one, since I'm 43. There, I said it. Who cares? That's one of the beauties of hitting your 40s. It's like, I don't care anymore. There's actually a pretty cool saying I've heard. When you're 20, you care what everyone thinks. When you're 40, you stop caring what everyone thinks. And when you're 60, you realize no one was ever thinking about you in the first place. And if this is really a midlife crisis, it's kind of fun. And I don't feel like buying a Porsche or a Corvette, though I did go through a couple of weeks where I really wanted to buy a motorcycle, Kawasaki Vulcan, I think it was. But then I said, no, I still care about living my life in one piece. Instead, I just got into mountain biking. I love that. That's another thing I've noticed. I no longer exercise to look good. I now exercise to feel good. It's almost better than smoking weed.
Did somebody say weed?
No, Pinky, maybe later.
Party pooper.
Anyway, I thought midlife crises only happened when you're like in your late 50s or early 60s. But, and I remember also watching movies like American Beauty and Network and Falling Down with Michael Douglas. And I thought, geez, I hope I don't end up like those guys when I get older. And one thing that's helped me from flipping out like those characters is I think the fact that I'm happily married kind of keeps me a little sane. And I think that's also what's given me the freedom to make these wacky videos. Because if I were single and I were still playing the field, there's no way I would be doing this. But since I'm happily married and we don't have any children, at least not yet, I think those two factors have given me the psychological freedom to just run away with my imagination and speak my mind about what I really think about life and the world at large. And that's the other thing. I'm starting to notice that I have this really strong urge and desire to help solve the world's problems. And not because I'm a nice guy. I'm actually a pretty selfish egomaniac. However, I'm sick and tired of hearing about the world's problems, especially since I know they can be solved. And it's as if my mind wants to solve some of these problems before we bring any children into this world. But I know I should follow Voltaire's advice. Tend to your own garden. But sometimes it's hard to ignore how the weeds of the world creep into my garden, which is why I'm becoming a cranky old man. But at the same time, I think I'm becoming a cat lady. I love these cats. And every day when I come home from work, they just come over and greet me. And I know they just want food, and I'm not kidding myself that they love me just as much as I love them. But what else can I expect from such cute, furry little animals with walnut-sized brains? And now I finally understand why this one friend of our family had so many cats. She was the classic cat lady. She always had at least 2, usually 3 cats inside her house, and another 4 or 5 stray cats she fed outside the garden. And I remember her daughter complaining to me one time, I think she loves those cats more than she loves me. Who knows, maybe that cat lady friend of the family never got over her midlife crisis. And for anyone out there who might be going through a midlife crisis, it's not really that bad. From what little research I've done, a midlife crisis is a natural progression when your body and your mind is like, oh, time is running out. This life is finite. If life were a hill, I'm about to hit that summit and it's all downhill after that. But it's okay. Don't try to fight it. Though it's understandable you're going to be scared. Another factor that's really pushed me was the death of my parents. And don't worry, I'm not going to get all sentimental and melodramatic. But my dad died when I turned 40, and my mom died less than a year after him. And then my maternal grandmother died less than 2 months after my mom. Good thing my grandmother's Alzheimer kept her from knowing that she had survived not just 1, but 2 of her children. And their deaths deeply affected me. 3 of my favorite people in this world were gone just like that. And that sparked in me this fierce urgency of now, though maybe not for the same reasons as Martin Luther King, but nonetheless, I felt like I better do whatever it is I want to do with my life, and I better do it now. And I think my mind just took all my disparate ideas, especially my dreams of being an artist and a writer and having my own cartoon show and t-shirt business. And even the pipe dreams I had of like being a rock star and a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, or even the ones that I slightly entertained like stand-up comedy and being a world championship boxer. And my mind just went, here, like a jack in the box. As if all my dreams and desires had been winding up, and then all of a sudden, bam, there you go. Go do it now. And one of the coolest things that I've discovered while making these videos is that I've got a great network of family and friends. And at least in my opinion, that's what makes this life worth living. I think my family and friends have more faith in me than I've had in myself, actually. So I hope people enjoy these videos and that in my own small way I can help make the world a better place. I wish I were a scientist or a doctor or a teacher or something much more useful than the self-indulgent nutjob that I am, but whatever. I am what I am. I hope these bizarro YouTube videos where I've essentially become my own cartoon character can make people laugh at least. Because if there's anything that I like to contribute to this planet is some joy and encouraging words of wisdom that make other people's lives worth living.
Booty magajugo.
Good point, Scully. You're right. Know thyself and then accept thyself and live your life to the fullest. As long as you're not harming other people, that's the thing. Don't be a jerk. You don't even have to be nice. Just don't go around hurting other people for your own personal gain or satisfaction. If you got personal issues, solve your problems on your own, but don't take them out on anyone else, and much less on defenseless little animals like these. Thanks for watching.
Homegrown.